Well, hey everybody, it's Steve at 1000 Year Homes. If this is your first time stopping in, I'm building an off-grid house. There it is, right there. And that's two 40-foot shipping containers, and that where the car is will be a 20-foot ceiling above it. And there's the ceiling, right? These beams will end up being the ceiling. I'll have both a Archimedes bridge, which I built the concept of, as well as a reciprocal ceiling, which I haven't built anything yet. But over there is a sawmill, and I'm going to build a small storage area for the sawmill that'll have a small reciprocal ceiling so I can get to practice. So that's the goal. Here's the project. So yesterday, my partner Leah and I, it was a clear day, beautiful. Today is high winds, which is too dangerous to cut trees in high winds. Yesterday was an aggressive wind, but not high wind. So anyway, I drug these home. I skidded them all home. So let me rotate and we'll look at the project. Alrighty, so each one of these cedars, let's see, we've got 3 that came in one bundle, and here's 4, and they need to be delimbed now, and so I'll go ahead and do that. I'm saving the limbs that I can for coyote fence, so anytime I find a little limb like that, it's going in a pile. The brush I'm taking, and I'm going to recycle it with and I've got a wood chipper back in there. So that's the project today. It's super high wind, so I know you'll be hearing wind come through my camera. So I might end up putting a song over this or something, just so you don't got to listen to wind noise. But there you go. So these are sizable looking logs. My neighbor is so kind, allows me to log. He marked the ones he wanted to cut, and this time I cut them as close to the ground as I could. Last time I left them up because I thought I could go back in with my backhoe and dig them out. My little Mahindra backhoe. It's not big enough. I mean, I could, but I'd be spending a day per log, and it would be 20 days worth of digging them up. So, anyway, I'm going to end up with the stumps. I'm going to end up sawing them down as close as I can. And I think I'm going to rent a stump grinder and give that a whirl. I've never used one, so we'll do that. But anyway, there's my logs. Some of them were deadfalls, right? Some of them were leaning over the driveways. There's a full video on that. I'll post that. But I got enough hours. I'm just off work now, and I've got enough hours. Let me set up my camera, and what I'll do is show you how I do one of these, and then you'll get the idea times, the 8 that Leah and I cut down. 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. That was a full day. We had to buck them or skid them out of the woods. Bucking is cutting them to length, and I don't know how long I want these. So anytime I find a fork like that, I'm going to cut it off, leave a little bit in case I want to use that fork for something while I'm building. And basically, I'm going to cut these as far as I can to where they're a 6x6, right? So right around there. And then I'll probably end up cutting it back. It'll eventually be stripped. And then once I'm done with that, there's my log pile. One pile is already one of the reciprocal ceilings. I need some uprights, and then this will almost be the other reciprocal ceiling. I'm a little short. And then I need posts going up the face of the shipping containers so that I can put the roof on it and above it. So that's it. So there's the project in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and set you up over here, put you on play while I go ahead and do one of these things. I'll show you some of the equipment that I'm using. All right, the first thing I like to do is get in there and get that brush off of there. Remember, I am saving the branches. I'm not burning or anything. There's a burn ban out here. The 80-mile-an-hour winds, they're saying, you wouldn't want to burn anyway. Oh my gosh, it'll be so dangerous. This is just a standard Ryobi lopper. I really like this device quite a bit. And it gets through that brush real quick. One thing I did was just set that safety switch so that it's always on. So all I got to do is pull the trigger. Let's go ahead and lop all the green off of that and pile it up, and we'll see how long that'll take me. so a couple of things. Yeah, maybe a chainsaw would be faster than this, but I don't have to worry about nicking myself with this. It's 4 feet away, so I could reach way down into a tree. It's really fast. That's how fast it goes. I don't worry about springback. It's clean, and one charge. I've been working with this battery for, oh gosh, 3 days, I'm gonna guess, falling trees, and I still have 4 batteries. So a long charge on a regular Ryobi device. So there we go. I mean, it's enough. You get the point. Let's see how long that took. About 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. All right, once I get the branches all off and I've got a little pile of brush there, then I come back in with the Ryobi electric saw. I love these electric saws. Only thing, maintenance, you have to add oil every time, and then you need to tighten the chain just like a regular saw. But the rest of them, there you go, right? And it's a different battery pack. I have 4 milliamp. I also have a 6 milliamp I use on my felling saw. Then I just clean up the limbs that are dangling on there. And that looks pretty good when I'm done. We'll cut a couple of these here. I'll hold it in one hand. I'm going to cut across my body with that between, because I'm holding the camera. Normally I wouldn't do this, right? There you go. Just like that. These are just as fast, just as effective, but I don't have to sit there and pull the cord and hope they start, I won't cut any on this side. I'll go around to the other side. Normally I would cut them both, but I don't want to cut with a hand, right? One-handed. Just clean them up. And then when I meet a Y in a tree, I save a little bit of the Y. Like, let's say I wanted to use that to cradle a log in it, a Charlie post or something with a bell. So there we go. It just buzzes right through it, doesn't it? I'll cut all of this. Well, I'll leave a little bit. I'll leave a 3-way on there. How about that? Clean up the ones that I broke while skidding it, or that might have happened when it fell. Again, I'm at a Y, so I'll just eyeball it and decide to save this much of this limb. These branches that are in the ground, right, they're going to have a load on them. So I'll put my camera down when I do that and roll it over and make sure it's safe. But you get the point. It's not taking me real long. Cutting a log to length is called bucking. So I'm bucking these right now. Normally people would buck them for a mill, a little over 8 foot, right? A little over 12 foot, whatever they need. But I'm keeping the whole timbers. I'll come back in with a draw knife when I'm ready for that, and a wire wheel, and go ahead and do all of that. So I've got about 14 minutes on this video. It took me a little longer. I put you on pause for a little bit, but there you go. So I have 8 logs today times, let's say 20 minutes of video. So, an hour and a half or so for 8 logs to skid them when I'm back. Goes a lot faster when I'm not recording. All right, so this is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Here I am gathering up supplies. That's one thing to keep in mind. If you're building your own house off grid, you got to go get the supplies, right? They don't just roll in with a truck. Does make me slower, but my quality is a lot higher, and I get the satisfaction of building it myself, right? So there you go. All right, like, subscribe, follow me along. Bye.